So yesterday when I was looking up what to do around here and realized that we were this close to the springs, I was trying to look at road conditions because this has been a historic winter in the Sierra, the Eastern Sierra specifically, and everyone was saying that this road was the worst that it's ever been. Oh. It's not bad so far, it's just bumpy. I don't think my bus would have made it, but my van, if I was being abusive towards my van, it would have made it up here. Definitely not a bus road though. Alright, so since there are a couple of cars parked here, the mission is going to be to get to those secret springs. Not only do they have the best view, but it's also the least likely that other people will be there. There are a couple of paths out here, so we should be able to find a way down. But the first one that we're going to come across is actually the biggest one. So if there's no one in the tub, I'll show you guys that at the very least. Travertine Hot Springs is located at the base of the Sierra Nevada, just a few miles outside of the town of Bridgeport, California. These springs are unique, as the name would suggest, due to their travertine composition, a sedimentary rock formed from carbonate materials. This rock, in combination with the clear geothermal springs, makes for an incredible soak, while you get to take in the snow-capped mountains that rise up in front of you. Okay, so honestly, I think it might be more of a tepid spring right now with how cold winter has been, but it's still really nice. I do think though, I'm only gonna spend maybe just a couple more minutes here and then head on to the next spring. Every spring is definitely beautiful in its own right. Every single tub has something different, I feel like, to offer, whether it's beauty or solitude, water clarity. But I think that this tub probably takes the cake out of all of the springs that I've been to, and I've probably been to over a dozen at this point, as being my favorite. It's times like these where I wish Tara was human so she could come down and enjoy this like I am. On that note though, I'm just going to take a moment to enjoy this for myself. There's some people coming, so I'm gonna turn off my camera and I guess I'll see you guys later. Well, that was unexpected. I just took a shower outside, like a very quick, not even a soaped shower, it's okay. And my shower basically just rained inside of the rig. I don't think it flooded my floor, but this corner definitely has water in it still. When I press on it, little bits come out. So I'm gonna go outside and try to remove that little silicone plug that I put in. It's been doing well so far. I'm glad that I put it in originally because we have been on some muddy, wet roads and that corner has gotten a lot of water up on it. But for situations like this, I'm glad we're tilted this way. I'm gonna go open that plug up, see if we can drain some water out. Okay, well that was by far the worst thing that's happened so far for me in a build, in any of my builds. I've actually never had a leak before in any of my rigs, and so I'm a little not shocked. I think I know what happened actually, which is not one of my joints thankfully, but I guess just taken aback to have a leak go from not a leak, because I've actually run this system now multiple times, to like over 1 inch of water in one of the corners. So my thought is that similar to the sink where the hot line was leaking, even though there's nothing connected to it, is that the hot and the cold in this shower setup is connected in some way. And so when I turned the cold on, because I was just taking a cold shower, it was also running water like through a joined tube that was then coming into the camper. So for now, the answer is just try to dry things out. I'm really glad that I parked the way that I did, because this corner over here is the lowest corner. So everything is draining out. It stopped dripping outside. I can't like squeeze and press any more water out. So I think that's probably as good as it's gonna get until I get more off camber to try to drain more. So for now, I'm just going to pack up and head to a spot where I'm going to try to park similarly to let any excess water continue to drain out. So my original plan was actually to go out towards Mono Lake. There is a place called Black Point out there that's supposed to have these incredible slot canyons, and I was hoping to check them out since I've never seen them and I've been here quite a few times. But with this massive storm rolling in, I'm thinking that's not a great idea actually, and instead I might just pull over up here and see if we can find a place to camp for the night. It's only 12:15, but honestly I don't want to wait until the snow is like already falling hard to try to find camp. Okay. Well, there's our answer. So definitely not an ideal spot to be kind of stuck in. We can get back down, but I think I'm gonna have to put the camera down for this. It's really the off-camber stuff in this that makes me nervous, because we are so top heavy. It's a truck, it's a truck, it's a truck. It's not even the truck. If I was just in a truck, it wouldn't have been a big deal, but being so top heavy in the camper and having trees on both sides, not the smartest thing I've maybe ever done. But I'm gonna try to find a new campsite now, because that obviously is not gonna work. I'm really grateful for the weight right now, because without it, whew, I don't think I would make it out of here. It's one of those don't stop situations. All right, well, if I look disheveled, it's because I kind of am. I just spent the last 45 minutes or so with Jeff and Jerry from Southern California, Tehachapi and San Diego, trying to get out of a snowbank that they encouraged me to try to go through. So if you guys are watching this by any chance, thanks for hanging out with me. I then was rescued by a guy named Patrick, who's actually from Mammoth. I got stuck in a pretty big hole, so not just a snow ditch, but some good holes that he is now trying to dig out before we all head to a hot spring. So I'm hoping that he doesn't get stuck because I don't have any recovery gear and it looks pretty rutted out. Well, it took over 2 days and 100 miles since I last saw you, but we finally got south enough to escape the snow and the cold and made it to the desert. This area is one of my favorites in California, but it's one that I haven't been back to in a really long time. I don't know why, just life circumstances prevented us from getting back out here for way longer than we should have, because now that I'm back, I'm remembering the magic of this place.
You remind me of so many things. You remind me of fire's golden hour coloring. You remind me of light shining through, twirling, dancing across the room. You remind me of falling rain. Yeah, that sweet, sweet sound on my window pane. You remind me of sky so blue. I'm gonna hold on tight to you.
I can't really decide what I'm gonna make tonight. I could do like a pad thai, that's an option, I have everything to make that. Or I could do like a polenta veggie marinara dish. Either way, one bowl maximum. I don't want to do dishes tonight. Pad thai it is, and if you thought that I was gonna make it from scratch, that is not a one dish meal. I forget exactly what she called it. Ooh. This other creator that I love to watch, Ava Zubek, was talking about her like low maintenance meal. The like just food meal. I feel like this kind of falls into that category. I'm glad that I got it the other day at the store because now I can have a pretty good dinner without doing much. One, two, three. The day that she catches one of those is the day that I sign her up for Doggy Olympics. I think the sunset is going to be timed perfectly with dinner.
You remind me of falling rain. Yeah, that sweet, sweet sound on my window pane. You remind me of sky so blue. I'm gonna hold on tight to you. You
pretty good for 10 minutes out of a box. The plan for tonight was to sit someplace much more magical, but we actually just got some neighbors, and so I don't want to leave Tara here by herself close to dark, just because she gets a little stressed. But all in, I would say this site, this week has been awesome. A lot of stuff didn't go as planned. That storm bringing all the new snow, getting stuck by a hot spring, things looked differently in my mind before they happened. But I think that's part of the magic of this. I also didn't plan to meet a really cool girl at the hot springs who told me about how she's road tripping across America from Australia. So cool. If Patrick and Jeff and Jerry hadn't stopped to help pull me out, I wouldn't have gotten a magical night at a hot spring, hanging out with a bunch of new friends who I now plan on reaching back out to when I'm in the area. And if I'd had service out here, I wouldn't have spent the quality time with Tara that I got to, training off leash and running around and just having fun. It's so good to see her acting like a puppy again. And days like this, weeks like this, they really do remind me why I got on the road in the first place. All of that said, this week is still very up in the air, so I'm not entirely sure what next week's gonna look like, what the video is gonna look like, but I do know that we're gonna be surprised. I do know that things are probably gonna go wrong. Hopefully things are also gonna go right, and I'm just looking forward to another week of learning and living, being out here, because I know that it won't be forever. I know that we're gonna have to go back pretty soon and start working on the rig again, which is gonna be great for its own reasons, but I'm just trying to enjoy this sweet springtime road season while I can, because by the time we get back on, it's gonna be way too hot to explore a lot of these places in the summer. All that said, I am gonna go finish up my dinner. Thank you so much to all of you for being here this week and every week. There's been a lot of changes lately, and it's been super fun to take you along with us. So on that note, count on more changes next week, and we'll see you Sunday. Bye.